because they need to give you the illusion that they're not in complete control. Regardless of their front, a nice acting and polite slave owner is still a slave owner. Regardless if they're the slave owner or slave owner or the mindless slave, they still have trouble with the same questions. Therefore, they are still afraid of the question when. Science is an example of a tool for those who take power, and religion is a tool for those who give it up. What ends up happening is those who take end up with an enormous amount of something that turns out to be nothing, and those who give are trying to give what they have to something that neither wants it nor does it need it. Now, after I've gone through all of this, I'm going to go to the center of my point. So, this was all background information. Now I'm going to talk about my total point. So, after all is said and done, the takers and the givers, the slaves and the slave owners, the scientific and the religious, have all come to the same conclusion, which has been and always will be supposed supporting evidence of the end of humanity or the end of the world. This conclusion, while talking about an event, they declare, this has never happened before. Again, like I said about the impossibility to be an expert on humans as a human, you also can't claim to know all of history. And right now, I usually get from people, the naysayers, we/they don't claim to know all of history. But surely, from the statement, it's never happened before, one is not crazy to deduct that to know that they, the scientists, claim that they have knowledge of all history. After all, if they didn't have knowledge of all history, how could they know that it's never happened before? If that doesn't defeat them, if that statement right there doesn't defeat them, then they say, what they mean by never is their documented knowledge of human history. And I say, but isn't their supposed absolute human history only about 10,000 years long? Providing that it's not just loopy assumptions created after seeing something that looks odd. And either they will agree with me at that point, or they'll insult me because they're mad and angry that I've made a good point. So then I state to them, but the supposed cycle is ending. That is ending is a 26,000 year long cycle. Do you have any eyewitness reports passed down that aren't completely off the wall? And can you show me where any on the Mayan calendar it says the end of this cycle means the end of the world? I should think that if it literally told us that that the world was going to end at the end of the cycle, or something huge or bad was going to happen, living Mayan ancestors would agree with our interpretations. However, as you saw in the last video, or at the beginning of this video, the case is that the Mayan ancestors do not believe that the world is coming to an end or something huge is going to happen in 2012, regardless if it's December 21st or April 4th or July 22nd, whatever it is. They do not believe that, and it's seriously hilarious how us as Americans, or just people all around the world, this guy was harassed by people in England even, which I thought were a little bit smarter than Americans, but people all around the world have been asking these Mayans about the end of the world and what their calendar says, and so on and so on and so on. And it's funny how no matter how many times these Mayan elders, they say no, the world is not going to end in 2012. December 21st, whatever. December 23rd, whatever. It's not going to end. And yet, even though these people are the experts because they are the actual ancestors of the people who made the predictions or made the calendar, yet we still have so many people who believe this crap. And do you know why? The media. And the media is influenced by the government. And the government is influenced by something else. And what I'm telling you right now is, this 2012 thing is a scare. It's a scare tactic to distract you from what's really going on. There's so many things that happen that way. 9/11 was a scare tactic that distracted you from what's really going on. Way back, when we went into Vietnam, they faked an incident that triggered that war, supposedly. Later on, they said it never happened. I mean, how can we believe our government after it's lied to us so many times? And then subsequently, how can we believe our media since it's influenced by our government, who are all liars? That's all I'm saying. Now, if you're truly concerned about 2012, the end of the world, here's what you'll do. You'll visit themystic.org and mysteries.net, and you'll work on becoming even more conscious than you are right now, even more aware than you are right now. And you'll soon find that the world is not going to end. The world's not going to get better all of a sudden, but it's not going to end. It's going to be tough, but it's not going to end. And there is so much we can do. We are consciousness, and we control matter. We control everything that exists. All we need to do is want the world to survive so badly and become extremely conscious of what is really going on, and we can make a difference. Now, again, I'll say that if you need my help with anything, you can send me an email at thelonewhitewolf@rocketmail.com. You can also send me a private message here on YouTube. And that's it for that. And if you're fighting for a cause in which is similar to mine or complements mine, please send me a friend request and send me a private message detailing what your cause is, because I need teammates, and I imagine that you do too if you want to make a positive change in this world. That's it for now, folks. I'm the Protector. Have a good day.